Good morning, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. It's about 10 after 11. Forgive me for the delay. It's all good. Just had an amazing opportunity to spend some time with a dear friend. And it was so incredibly powerful. And just a reminder that the universe always prepares us for what it is we can and want to share in the world. And so when I woke up this morning and I was thinking about this will be the last session of this series, Finish What You Start. I wanted to really think about what it is that we can focus on now, right? This whole series has been about focus. Here we are in the month of Gemini, and in the month of Gemini, we know that focus has been such a challenge. We're out of Gemini now, we're into Cancer. We're going to begin a whole new series. I'm going to begin a whole new series that will start on Thursday. I'll let you know all about that later. But how could we take all of this energy that we've learned, all these things that we've talked about and learned here in this month about learning how to focus and funnel them into something really deep and something really powerful? And for me, I woke up thinking, here we are. Like, I don't know about you, but emotions are really intense. Emotions are intense for me. You can tell I'm back in my environment in New York City, coming from Florida, being with my family. I had an amazing month with my friends and with my family and with my loved ones. And now I'm back in New York and I'm back in this environment. But I've been feeling a bit emotional. I've been feeling a bit emotional. I've been feeling a little unsettled. I'm going to use the term unsafe, but I don't mean that in a literal way. I mean, like, there's so many things that I have planned and things that I want to do. And, things seem to be going in different directions. But what I wanted to focus on today and what I was asking for and meditating for us to talk about and to work on today is I was remembering all of the lessons that I've learned in the past few months with COVID and with everything. And as New York City itself is starting to feel a little bit more normal, I know we have crazy cases going on in the rest of the country. But New York City, we have outdoor dining now and people are out more and the numbers are super low. And you see things like returning to what might falsely appear to be normal. And it's very easy to get caught up into that normalcy and that desire for things to go back to the way that they were. But does that happen at the expense of us forgetting what we've learned and forgetting all of these virtues that we acquired sitting in our rooms and sitting in our spaces for the last few months, thinking about the state of the world and the state of us and what we want and where we want to go? People often say to me, yeah, I just don't seem to learn the lesson. And because I don't seem to learn the lesson, it keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. And this is no different, right? If we think that we forget the lessons that we've learned in the last few months, we will keep learning. We will keep having to learn the lessons over and over and over. So for today, I would like for us to really go on a journey before we begin the meditation. I'd like for us to go on a journey and to go within, and I'd like for you to ask yourself, I'd like for us all to ask ourselves, what is the biggest life lesson that you have learned in the last 3 months? What has been the biggest life lesson that you have learned during COVID? And take a second to really, really think about it. My friend that I was just hanging out with, I was speaking to, our whole reality has shifted, and she was expressing that for her, being in New York, living in this city, living in this environment, where we're all focused on what is out there, focused on what's out there, focused on what's out there, focused on what's out there, so focused on what's out there that we've forgotten about what's in here. And she said to me so beautifully that now through this process, she's realized about what's in here is so much more important. Focusing on what's in here is so much more important than constantly having to chase what's out there. And it was an incredible, incredible thing that she shared with me, you know, here in the city, and our lives are so consumed with what can we get next? What can serve us? How can we get, acquire, that we didn't really have much time to stop and think for ourselves, think about what was important to us. We didn't have the time to stop and say, how am I growing spiritually? How am I growing mentally? So for her, that was the lesson that she learned, that she may not want to go back to this life of living this big city life in which it's go, chase. For her, focusing on herself and her family and her safety and her security is paramount. So that's something that she learned. Good morning, Betsy. Good morning, Dora. Thank you for joining us. For me, what I have learned is I have learned the value in focus. Ironically enough, I've learned the value in focusing on what's important to me. And I've learned that I too, I've been on a journey for the last few years of just like traveling the world and seeing amazing things and manifesting this amazing relationship and all these things and all these things, and all that excitement has kept me in this place of like, I want more, I want to seek more, I want to learn more, I want to this, I want to grow, I want to la 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 la. And that's easy for me because focus is something that was always something challenging. So learning to focus during these times has allowed me to create a structure to my life that is a foundation for which no matter where I go in the world, no matter what happens, I always have a place to land. Pre-COVID, pre all of this, I didn't care where I was going to land. I was just on the journey, right? I was on the journey. I was having fun. I was doing amazing things. I was enjoying it all and not caring where I was going to land, so much that I was willing to give up my apartment, my beautiful home that I love, to live out of a suitcase, to have that. What COVID taught me is the value of this environment, this place that I call home, of always having a place to call home, a place to ground. I can still go and see the world. I can still nourish my amazing relationship. I can still do all of those things. I can still have them. But I can also do so and have a foundation. I can have a home. I can have a place that is a place where I can come and ground myself and stay centered and focused. And I think for me, it also gave me the framework to be able to create these series, these videos for you, for us, this opportunity to connect with hundreds of people from this tiny little apartment in Times Square. That's what COVID gave me. COVID allowed me the space to stop and say, I'm going to create this structure. And this structure is going to be a foundation for me to be able to have more of what I really, really want. Prior to this, it was a bit of a paradox, right? It's a little bit of a paradox that I wanted to have all of that and structure. But life is a paradox. We can have it all. And I want to give focus and intention to all of that. And in doing so, I got to spend a month with my parents and not feel any loss, right? No loss from being away from New York, no loss from being away from work. What did COVID teach me? COVID taught me that I can have it all. All. I can have a successful business. I can travel the world. I can stay connected to the people that I love. I can stay connected to the people that I care about. I can meet more people. I can live my purpose. I can live my dream. This is what I don't want to forget. I do not want to forget that I can have all of that and more. So what is it that this whole experience of COVID gave to you? What did it teach you? Because that's what we're going to magnify in the meditation today. That's what we are going to grow, and that's what we are going to own, so that when we enter into this new phase, this new world, this new age of Aquarius, that we are prepared. And, you know, they say that in my deep study of Kabbalah, there are two ways to basically learn a lesson, right? Two ways. One way is by the proactive way, meaning, okay, I recognize an opportunity in my life that I have to transform something. It may be uncomfortable. It may feel weird. It may feel awkward, but I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to go for it. Okay? That's one way. And they say the other way is what's called Tzimtzum, right? And Tzimtzum is like, I always remember it because Tzimtzum sounds like tsunami. Okay? So if we don't learn our lessons by proactively learning them, guess what happens? The energetic tsunami, the Tzimtzum, which means curtain in Kabbalah, in Hebrew, the Tzimtzum comes and decides for you that you're going to learn your lesson. And you're going to learn it usually through pain and suffering and destruction and all that kind of shit. So the choice that we want to ask ourselves is, do we want to learn our lessons through love, through proactivity, or do we want to learn them through chaos and destruction? It's a choice. Good morning, Yara. So nice to have you here. So as we decide how we want to learn our lessons, are we going to learn them through chaos and destruction, or are we going to learn them through love and compassion and mercy? The choice is up to us. So all those lessons that you've learned in the last 4 months, exclusively from COVID, did you learn them willingly, or did you learn them through resistance? In today's meditation, we are going to learn them through love. We are going to magnify those lessons that we've learned only through love. Because the more chaos and more pain that we have in our own lives, it's reflected and refracted into the entire world. So do you want pain and suffering in the world? No, of course not. We don't want pain and suffering inside of us either. Okay, so again, let's just take a second, since I see the numbers are coming up today. So we want to take a second to remember, before we dive into the meditation, guys, we want to think about what was the major divine spiritual lesson that we learned during the time of COVID. Okay, so the last 4 or 5 months, what was the majorly divine spiritual lesson that we learned? Okay, you've got that? Hold on to that, and then we're going to do something really magical with it in today's meditation, okay? So let's begin by unfolding our arms and our legs, uncrossing our arms and our legs, and just looking in. I feel like I'm at an angle today. It's so bizarre. Maybe the computer is on an angle. Okay, so let's focus in. Okay, let's focus in. Let's go into our core. I want you to actually take a second to identify where your core really, really is. Your core is your second chakra. It's your sacral chakra, okay? It's 2 inches below the belly button and 3 inches inside, okay? So imagine that you are centered in your core, okay? And I want you to imagine that there's a sun there. Like the sun that we see in the sky, there's also this sun in that part of us, in the sacral part of our energetic body. You know, a lot of us may be experiencing digestive issues lately. If you are experiencing digestive issues, a lot of times we hear a nervous stomach, but it actually has nothing to do with your stomach. It has to do with your gut, and it has to do with your energetic body not feeling aligned. So if you've felt that unease in your stomach area or in your abdomen area, please remember it's because this section of our body is ignored and is not given the energy that it needs because our head is so hot. And we need the warmth to be in our stomach, in our belly. And we need our head to be cool, right? Think about it. Is it easier to make a decision from a place of being calm? Or is it easier to make a decision from a place of anger? Which one of those gets you the results that you really want? Anger or calm? So we want our mind to be calm, and we want our body to be warm. We want our body to feel that energy of being nurtured and supported. We want our organs to have open oxygen and blood flow and airflow so that it can fill our entire being up. Okay, so let's take a second to refocus on that. And if you've got a lot of thoughts that are racing in your mind, remember, your mind is warm. We want to bring that warmth, and we want to bring it down to our belly button. 2 inches below the belly button, 3 inches inside. And now let's take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And for today, we're going to try something new. I want you to imagine that this ball of light that we are focused on, 2 inches below the belly button, 3 inches inside, I want you to give your focus and your attention to that belly button, and I want you to see it grow. And you feel that heat. The more attention that you give to that energy center, the hotter it becomes. The hotter it becomes, the more nourishing it is. The more the organs in our body, the cells in our body rejuvenate. And now let's try something. I want you to imagine this ball of light is going to travel down our legs, through the soles of our feet, through the foundation of the place that we're at, deeper and deeper and deeper into earth, and deeper through the different layers of earth, from the top all the way down, deeper and deeper and deeper. Feel your energy going deeper into earth, and deeper and deeper and deeper, until you come to the core of the earth. And you can feel this beautiful lava, this beautiful magma that flows through the earth's core. And witness ourselves, our energy, connecting to that core of the earth. That boiling hot lava. Feel our connection to the earth. And I want you to take a second and feel the pulse of the earth. Feel the pulse of the earth. Can you feel the heartbeat? Can you feel the vibration? And now, what I want us to do is switch back to that place 2 inches below the belly button, our core, and feel this vibration pulsing through our body. Does your vibration match the vibration of the earth? Does your heartbeat and your rhythm match that of the earth? Take a second to witness that and see if you can match their vibration. And now I want you to take your energy and I want you to bring that energy up into your heart. And as you feel that energy in your heart, allow it to warm your space. Allow it to remind you of where you are, what you're doing, and how you're sharing that energy with the world. And now from your heart, I want you to go up to your throat and feel your throat being coated with this beautiful energy. This grounding earth energy that empowers you to speak your truth. And now bring that energy up through your third eye. Allow that energy to remind you that your intuition is your biggest guidance system. Your intuition is that which shall lead us where we need to go always. And then what I want you to do is I want you to allow that energy that we dug up from the soul of the earth to now pass through your pineal gland, which is located right in the center of your brain. And as it does so, I want you to feel that energy pulsating through your pineal gland and out through this little tiny portal, forming this waterfall of energy up and around you. And as the waterfall of energy pours up through that pineal gland, through that crown chakra, I want you to see it sprinkling around you. And watch that energy go around you. And now what I want you to see is I want you to see it circling you and then now coming up through the sole of our feet and generating through all of those chakras that we generated that energy through. And feel it going back up to your crown and then pouring out of your crown and circulating around you again. And I want you guys to hold that vibration while I offer some downloads here with you in this relaxed state. Would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to remember the lessons that you've learned in your life. Would you like to know how to remain focused and appreciative and grateful for all of those lessons that you've learned? Would you like to release yourself from the obligation of having to go through all the pain and suffering and the chaos that you went through to teach you these valuable life lessons? And so now that you know these valuable life lessons, it becomes the starting point for which you can only move forward. If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know how to always constantly move forward in your life, how to take the steps that are needed for you to become and do everything that you want, while also holding on to all of these valuable tools and valuable lessons that have helped create and make you who you are? If you would like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to know that you're safe? Would you like to have the Creator's definition and perspective of safety, of security, of comfort, of well-being? If you would like those, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to also remember that you know how to be the eye of the storm, and that no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens in the world, you know how to hold that strength. You know how to hold that place. You know how to hold that resilience. Would you like to know how to balance and ground your energy at all times when you may feel a little off from that? Would you like to know how to remember how to choose, how to stay connected to that energy, even when it feels like you don't have a choice? Would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know that you always have a choice? Would you like to know how to choose happiness? Would you like to know how to choose to live again? To truly, truly live, to enjoy this present moment, to enjoy this space that we're in, to enjoy these incredibly divine and powerful moments, these breaths that we take. And last but not least, would you like to know how to do all of that with love, and how to stay focused on love, how to stay focused on learning your valuable life lessons with love? If you would like that, say yes. And I would just like your permission, friends, to download you with unconditional love. That you know how to be unconditional love, that you know that you are unconditional love, and that you know how to share that unconditional love with the universe. If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know how to be kind to yourself, how to forgive yourself, and how to accept yourself in all that you are, in every shape and color and size of everything that you are? Would you like to know that who you are is awesome, and who you are is fantastic, And who you are is exactly where you need to be right now. Beautiful. Now I want you to take your hands and I want you to put them over your heart. And I want you to repeat these words. I am that which I am, and that which I am is perfect. I am that which I am, and that which I am is perfect. I am that which I am, and that which I am is perfect. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. You guys are amazing. You are amazing. Thank you for sharing your energy. Thank you for sharing your light. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Becky. I really love you all. I really hope you know that. I love you all, and I really appreciate the love that you share with me. And let's just continue to share love, guys. Let's just continue to share love. Choose love. So I'm wishing you all an incredibly blessed day, a blessed month, a blessed life. Some things I want you to remember that are happening in the cosmos, because the cosmos are our map. Okay, 4th of July is the full moon. It's the full moon, and the full moon in Cancer. So it's all going to be about Capricorn. It's going to be all about work. And how, because it's in Cancer, I feel like it has to do with work at home, in your home. So it's also an eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse. So this energy is going to be pervasive, and we're going to feel it for the next 6 months. So please join me here, back here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on the 4th of July or the 5th of July. However, I will let you know very closely. I'm going to be releasing the July schedule. We're going to change the time, guys, because people are starting to return to work, and they're going to start to be busy at this hour. So we're going to change the schedule. The schedule is going to be Monday mornings at 9 a.m. and Thursday afternoon for lunch at 12. So Monday mornings, 9 a.m., set your clocks. We're going to have our Monday morning session. And then on Thursdays, we're going to do a lunch hour. And as always, we will continue to do our new moon and full moon lectures and meditations. And that's it for now. How does it get any better than that? What else is possible? Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Universe. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn these incredible life lessons. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for empowering each of us to live our purpose and our dream. Atanaha. Do you know what Atanaha means? Go look it up. All right. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.